Have you noticed that there's a rampant amount of new bad refrigerators, especially ones that are newer and have a lot of issues, even weeks or months after you buy them? So, a lot of times, what happens is if you're going to a big box store, you buy a new appliance, say like a fridge, and you buy the new fridge and they bring it to your home and they set it up and everything's working fine. And what could happen is after maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, unfortunately, there could be something that goes wrong with the fridge. So it could be the ice maker, or worst case scenario, it could be the fridge is not cooling. What happens in that case? You call say you call the warranty. What will happen then is they'll say, "Oh, just go ahead and call the big box store, and they'll send someone out." So you call the big box store, they call their pool of contractors. They don't work for the big box store, but they're kind of some contractors that they use. And what happens in that case is they send someone out, they take a look at it, they say, "Oh, I know what the issue is," or I think I know what the issue is. And they call the LG company back up and they say, "Okay, this is what I think the issue is. We're not going to replace the product," because why would they want to do that? They just want to throw some parts at it. Makes sense. So basically, they kind of go back and forth with some parts. Usually, maybe it'll fix it. Sometimes it doesn't, and that takes 2 to 3 weeks. And at that time, you're out of a fridge, especially if it's not cooling. You have to buy like another small fridge to put things in, or use your old fridge, or do whatever you need to do. And so basically, what could happen here is you're going back and forth with the big box store, with the contractor. Say the part doesn't work. Scheduling wise, it could be like 1 to 2 months until you get the correct part that fixes your refrigerator. So this actually happened, and I'm kind of referring to it's an NBC Bay Area faulty fridge lawsuit. I saw an article and a video on this, and I thought it was interesting because it just brings up newer refrigerators and it talks about issues with them. And of course, everyone's got the anecdotal story of the older fridges lasting for 20, 30 years. And I've seen them in comments in other videos. If you have an issue, like if you know of a fridge that you have at home, put it in the comments. And has it lasted from the 80s, 90s? Who knows? And actually, this happened to someone named Betsy in this NBC article. In 2019, she had a Kenmore fridge she bought for about $2,800, and that fridge died in 2019. She filed the full warranty service. And a month and a half after buying it, it wasn't cooling. And the way she found this out, of course, was she found some like spoiled milk in the fridge. And on most fridges, there's a setting where you can check the temperature. Assuming that was working, she would be able to check the temperature to make sure it's not working. She went back and forth with service calls for 2 weeks. The parts didn't resolve the issue. A week and a half later, the tech ordered more parts. And this went on for, like I said, 2 months. And she actually just bought a new fridge. So that's great that, she was in a place where she could she had to buy a new fridge. And I guess the issue was she bought another LG fridge. And this kind of applies to my story. I don't necessarily have anything against LG. We've had LG washers and dryers, and I've had no issue with it. So she went ahead and bought a new LG fridge, and that only lasted 4 years. And in that case, she didn't bother calling for the warranty. And after that, she bought a third fridge, and that was an LG as well. So looking back, I guess she was like wondering why she did that. Either way, so in this NBC Bay Area case, it's a faulty fridge lawsuit, and the LA attorney is focused on the LG Linear Compressor. And what that is, it's the kind of the heart of the refrigerator. In most old refrigerators, I'm assuming there's a different kind of compressor where they're saying it has 4 friction points. And for the Linear compressor, being the heart of the fridge, it just has the 1 friction point. And in the animation, it just shows it kind of going back and forth with springs on one side of it, hence the linear name. And they're saying that they have a 10-year warranty on the Linear compressor. It's 32% energy saving over the old compressor, and it has a 20-year durability promise, I guess, on this. And that's where they're coming in with problems. I guess they're coming with problems with the 10-year warranty. So this attorney is saying that LG knows that they generally fail in less than 3 years. So that's a big difference from 10 years to 3 years. There was actually a lawsuit in 2018. It was a federal, which was settled. It was a class action lawsuit in 2018. And in response to that, LG had said that there was no fault in their refrigerators, but it was settled either way. So this is a new lawsuit which is addressing common law fraud, actually. It's saying that it's defrauding individuals, stating that the compressor has a 20-year durability promise. And when LG was contacted, they said that they weren't going to comment, of course, on any pending litigation. The interesting thing I thought was that when Kenmore was contacted, they said they no longer use the LG linear compressor. So that, I think, is a little telling. They just were kind of like, we don't use that compressor anymore. So I wonder if they knew that there was an issue with it. I'm assuming they did if they said, oh, we no longer use that compressor. But I think Kenmore, if you thought back to it like Sears and maybe back in the 80s, 90s, you'd get Kenmore, a great brand. What was it? Craftsman and like Die Hard. And those were great brands, but I wonder if Sears, I think they sold some things off. So this LA attorney says she has 102 plaintiffs, according to this article, and she wants LG to extend the warranty up to 20 years. So I guess she's saying if they're confident enough in this linear compressor, that they should go ahead and just up the warranty to 20 years and also refund people like Betsy for fridges that went bad. I guess you would not know if it was the linear compressor unless basically they've tried all these other things and it didn't work. So that's kind of what they want, the extended 20-year warranty, not the 20-year durability promise, because that doesn't really hold any ground. What holds ground is the actual warranty on the linear processor. If they were to get that, then then the refunded fridges based on the linear compressor failing. And they would want recalls on things like fridges, similar to things like automakers, but there's an issue with that. With automakers, it's more of a safety issue. You could say, oh, it's a safety issue if I drink spoiled milk or something or get old food, but not necessarily the same. Hey guys, go ahead if you've made it this far in the video to go ahead and hit the like button. It really does help my channel. So, and also go ahead and leave a comment below if you've had issues with fridges before, not just LG issues, but just kind of in general. Again, I don't have anything against LG. I just was looking at this article. I had seen this, and then kind of with comments looking throughout other videos, I had seen people commenting on the linear compressor and possible issues with it. But I'm just kind of learning about this, but just wanted to share it with y'all. Let me know what you think, and go ahead and check out this next video, guys. Have a great day.